Breakfast Television is brought to you by Tim's new vanilla coconut beverages. Pick one up today.
Let your backbone slide. Ladies and gentlemen, kids of all ages. Watch a brother growing on stages. Name rings.
I know that there's not some people on the couch right now.
Why is 1.5 up and we're the body blowing away blockades to build charges.
Maybe you have to.
Yeah, that's tough. We can't do it anymore. You would do both things. Up and back. No.
Now my back goes sweats already. Get back up.
Okay, what were we talking about? Shout to Maestro. Shout to Maestro. Good friend of the show. Good friend of the show.
One of the best.
Okay, the one question that a lot of us get working on a show this early is how and when do you sleep? I'm amazed, having done the show now only 2 years, you guys have gone a lot more than me, how many people look at me like a zoo animal when I try and explain to them kind of what I do, and they're like, wow.
Or if you're out at night, they're like, shouldn't you be in bed? Like,
Oh yeah.
like shouldn't you be in bed? You have early night.
I tweeted out the who's ready for our local contest for I Wake Up with BT. I tweeted that out about 9:45. So I was like, why are you awake? I read that tweet at 12:45.
I was gonna say, if they know you don't sleep and you somehow survive. And I've only seen you yawn once.
I don't do what I do, is what I would suggest. My sleep patterns are not
good.
Great. They're not healthy, I don't think. I don't know. It works for me. I sleep probably about 2.5, 3 hours at night and about 2 hours during the day when I get an opportunity to get those naps. If I'm not doing another an interview or anything like that.
When's the last time you've had an 8 or 9 hour
I don't
stretch?
remember. Even as a kid, I used to wake up in the middle of the night, or when my parents put me to bed.
It's been an ongoing thing.
Ongoing.
Yeah.
Maybe when I was early teens, or one time in university after a long day and night, if you know what I'm saying. So I don't know if that's really sleep, though.
No, well, that's a chat for another segment.
Exactly.
The reason, just the quick context on this, because we want to go around the horn here, is there's a new study from the Journal of the American Heart Association on sleep habits. If you go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, it's good. Waking up at different times disrupts internal clocks. This is called social jet lag.
Yeah.
Data collected from 2,000 people over 45 years of age. So let's just, because people are oddly interested in how we function. We have a great time doing this show, but you got to think about some things. So Steph, your sleeping habits. What?
So when I first started the show, I had to have a nap. There was no, when I was done the shift, I'd be barely making it home. I was on bed. Now I'm good actually. So do the show, I'm good until about 8:30 is actually when I go to bed. About 8:30. And then of course I wake up at about 3:45.
That's good.
And then on the weekends I wake up at 6 a.m. no alarm because I'm used to waking up, and then I gym, all the things, and
so you've really adjusted.
I go to the gym so much.
I gym so hard.
Or chime.
I gym so hard.
A lot of people always ask me, do you ever get used to it? Because I've done the show for so long. And I say, it was called social jet lag.
Yeah.
I say this show is like having jet lag, but we've gone nowhere. You do feel in the afternoon sometimes you have jet lag. So,
every day.
I usually go to bed at about 8:30 to 9:30, within that hour range, depending if my boys have hockey, and then it's later in the night.
Yeah.
And then I'm up most days at 3 a.m. On the weekends, I'm up at 5. And then on Sundays, I even do a little Q&A at 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday mornings. So that's it. But you never get used to it. You honestly never get used to it. And sleep is such an important thing. Yeah. And I wish I could get more. I really do.
Agreed.
Plus a commute.
Yeah.
These hours are one thing. Frank, Kevin Frechette, producer of the show, you guys got commutes.
There's a few podcasts.
Steph, Brampton. At that time of day, that was pretty good for us.
But it's still a commute.
Yeah.
Yes.
Give her credit for driving.
What about you? Because
What's your commute? What is your commute?
Tam's the only one who
Yeah,
runs
same.
late.
Okay.
I feel like you run late sometimes.
I only run late because, like, before I had my daughter, before I had Isla,
Yeah.
I used to go to bed, like, I'd watch Jeopardy at 7:30. 7:58, I was like, good night.
Final
and I went to
Jeopardy
bed.
done, yeah.
And now with Isla and putting her to bed, she is not a good sleeper, therefore I'm not a good
I don't know
sleeper.
how
So
you do
I
it.
put her to bed. Lately, especially this week, she's giving me, oh my God.
Come on, Isla.
So I will fall asleep in bed with her, and then I'll get up, try to go back to sleep in our room.
I don't know how you
But
do
then
it.
because of news and the way it's been developing, especially lately, I'm now on my phone like, okay, let's book this guest and do that. I'll go to bed at like 10:30, 11 o'clock, wake up at about 2:50.
Oh my gosh, Tam.
And
Your sked is all over.
Do you take a nap? Do you take a nap? Because they say nap when Isla naps.
I try to nap whenever I can. When I can, like today, it's on. I literally left my house this morning and I touched the bed and I was like,
Isn't that the best feeling though? That is the best feeling.
Be like, hi, friend.
Because when you know you're getting right back to it and you can schedule your day, you're like, okay, I just got to get through 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11, 12, 17. Ooh, I'm gonna be under those covers. It's such a good feeling.
Diva's like, there's a meeting in my bed, and it's sleeping.
And it's a meeting for one.
By the way, so Sid, this is what, okay, so Steph works out. Devo, you say on Saturdays, you actually get up and go to the grocery
Yeah, I
store.
go to the St. Lawrence Market, I get
Early.
my groceries, I do
And then
that,
you
do a
nap.
workout, and then I make breakfast, and I nap by about 10:15.
Sid, on weekends, you don't set your alarm, do you?
I do.
That's crazy to
I
me.
set my alarm.
Why?
Because if I'm stupid like this. Because if I just sleep in till I used to wake up at 9:15 my entire life, whatever day it was.
Yeah.
Because that's
nice.
if-
That's
That was your
Time.
schedule, but
That's
you were
nice
up
time.
later.
But I was up later. But even on days off, I would keep the alarm on because if I slept in another 2 hours, I would feel numb when I woke up
Really?
because I'm not used to good sleep.
Oh.
So when I get good, some of you out there know what I'm talking about. If you get good sleep, you feel like a completely weird, different person.
yeah.
Because I think that's normal. I get paid because I'm crabby.
Oh my gosh.
Like I need to be amped up a little bit in my life, and lack of sleep. You know how it is sometimes when you're not in no sleep. Sometimes you work better. Sometimes that happens.
You're a little loose, yeah.
That's if I just sleep in, I can't do it. Like I can't do it.
Purposely disrupting your sleep
Yes.
to stay happy.
Just for you. For you.
The reason I'm angry is I don't sleep. If I sleep,
Alarm to make me angry.
I will be a teddy bear.
Because you know, I always said, Frankie, how are you doing it with two young boys? And
Yeah.
you're so involved, and all the
Two
hockey on the
older
weekend.
boys now too. So I go to bed before the boys do now, and then I put earplugs in. And then I do because then they get on their
true.
phones, and they're talking to their friends,
true.
and then all of a
Video
sudden
games,
they're running around
Yeah.
or they're making quesadillas in the kitchen and killing my kid. You won't believe what I wake up to somewhere in my kitchen. I have no idea. I'm like, what just happened last night?
Quesadilla kitchen.
Oh,
Seems like an idea for a second.
Gee,
How about you?
your sleep
One more
because
time.
I'm a sloth, guys.
You-
I'm a sloth.
yeah,
Let's just be honest.
you sleep right
On the
through.
weekends, I'm like a full teenager mode. Like I'm making I can sleep till 10:30, 11. Sorry for people who are sleep deprived. I can sleep 13 to 14 hours. I don't know what's wrong. I've been like this as a kid. I would have a full night's sleep and then I'd have a 5-hour nap and a 2-hour nap. My mom's like, "Where's Dina? She's sleeping. She's sleeping. She's over. I'm Garfield."
You know, it was like my cat, Chloe, is the same way. Same way.
You know?
All right, so I know it seems like a kind of weird conversation, but I know we get questions all the time.
Yeah.
We get questions and never mind trying to stay up on the weekends. That's a whole other thing for me.
Oh, don't even talk to me about weekends.
I have not figured that out on the ship
I go
yet.
to bed close to pretty much when everyone else is waking up. Like
I believe it.
normally, like
I
I'm
believe it.
going to bed like 2, 3 in the morning
And
on the weekends.
Yeah, there was times you were going to bed and I was getting up.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so hopefully you enjoy that because we did. We're going to take a break. You sound off on the other side. Look, again, the mayor of Toronto has stepped down after admitting to an affair with a former staffer. So John Tory's leaving. Big picture across the country, not to just make this Toronto-centric, but we're talking about relationships at work. There's been a lot talked about with this specific story. What are your thoughts on romantic relationships in the workplace? 1-866-267-3797. Those are the other ways to get a hold of us. More BT coming up. Take a nap if you have to and join us now.
No,
No, but
stay
stay
away.
there.
This
Leave
is
the
gonna
TV
be
on. We
good.
like the
Put it on
Okay.
snooze.
Yeah.